Hello, good morning. Happy Growth and Grace Day and happy day after my birthday to you. I hope that you had an amazing day yesterday. I sure did. I enjoyed celebrating and I enjoyed eating really good food and an incredible day at the spa and getting to see some of my dearest people. It was such a great day. So we're going to dive in today talking about something. I went on a walk yesterday morning with one of my best girlfriends, and she was asking me questions, reflecting like how, what are some of the things that you learned during 33 and what are some of the things that you like accomplished during the year. And it was so good to reflect because it felt like kind of a heavy year. And like as I was going through it and then looking back at it, I was like, wow, there are actually some pretty significant things that happened. I'm not shocked that it felt kind of heavy. And there were things that I was like, oh, wow, that was actually a really big lesson that I was learning in my 33rd year. And now that I'm 34, I have new lessons to learn. And I wanted to share with you some of the ones one in particular that I learned that I really implemented a lot of last year that helped so much. So I wanted to share with you what that was so that you too can implement and hopefully it helps you so much. And that lesson very simply is done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And I will say, I had heard this expression before or other things like it, like it's better to have something accomplished than to have, a perfect idea not accomplished kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, I've heard it. Okay, that makes sense. That's good. That's great. So you don't just get stuck on something. But I never identified myself as being a perfectionist. And so I never really let that expression click because I was like, well, I don't really care about things being perfect. Like I'm not a perfectionist. So, pardon me. So I don't really need to worry about that. But the truth is, while I'm not a perfectionist, I was still letting things that weren't perfect not get done because they weren't like, I didn't have all the details I needed. I didn't have all the information I needed. I didn't have all the pieces already laid out, ready to go. So I didn't move things forward. And so what I want to offer to you today is that even if you don't identify as being a perfectionist, even if you don't feel like, well, having things be perfect isn't what's stopping you from moving forward, still look at the fact that things aren't moving forward or projects aren't getting completed or you're not starting things because you don't have all the pieces in place yet. And recognize that, because what this unlocked for me this last year as I was implementing it is I was able to accomplish so much. I was able to move so many projects forward that had I allowed perfection or the idea of perfection to stop me, a lot of those things would not have gotten done because I didn't have all the pieces in place and I didn't know what it was going to look like and I didn't have the end already exactly perfectly figured out so that I could reverse engineer it. So allowing myself to move forward anyway, allowing myself to say, you know what, I'm just going to do it. The permission that I gave myself that unlocked so much for me was I simply said, Susan, you can always come back and make it perfect later. Like at least get it done, at least get it out there, at least complete it. You can always come back and update it, upgrade it, make it better, change things out, switch it around, change the coloring. Like I'm thinking of like online things that I've done. Trainings and products and programs and stuff that I've launched. And I think there's so many of them. There's things that I could tweak and make it, that much more on brand, or I could just make it that much more perfect, or maybe there's a spelling error in something, right? Like I would have gotten so hung up on that in the past and I never would have released the thing. And then I wouldn't be able to have the impact that I have. Because I would be so concerned about, oh my gosh, there might be a spelling error. Oh, well, if there is a spelling error, listen, if someone is not going to work with you because you have a spelling error on something, I understand it if you're an editor and that's your job. Then okay, be a little bit more careful. But my word, people, if someone's not going to work with you because of a spelling error, Do you really want to have them as a client anyway? Like if they're going to be so particular and so like worked up about something, then they might not be your ideal client. Perhaps they are. But that is one example of something that used to totally stop me, was the what if, like, oh my gosh, what if there's a mistake I didn't catch? What if then, you know, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Do it. Get the project out there. Start, and then complete it, and you can always come back and make updates to it. It's never going to be perfect, ever. Doesn't matter how many people you have proofread it. It doesn't matter how many times you look over it yourself. It doesn't matter how many updates you do to it. It's never going to be perfect, because we aren't perfect people. And it totally depends on who you ask, because perfect to one person is not perfect to another. And I was sharing this with a girlfriend yesterday, because one of my examples of like, this is why I didn't identify as a perfectionist, was, for instance, when I curl my hair. So this is still left over from yesterday's curls. I do not like perfect ringlets. I do not want all of my hair to look the exact same and have it be, you know, a mirror flipped image of itself on both sides. I don't like that. For me, that's like not good. But other people, that's like their dreamiest. They want it to be perfect to a T. They want everything so dialed in. They want every hair to look exactly the same. So for them, perfect ringlets, that's perfect. For me, I want messy, beachy waves. That's perfect for me. So it depends on who you ask. So it's never going to be perfect anyway, because we're never going to be able to satisfy everyone, because we're not designed to be perfect. We're not designed to make perfect things. So don't get stuck on it, and don't let it stop you, and don't let it slow you down. Done is better than perfect. And let me tell you what, it is incredibly liberating to walk that out and live in that ability to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna put my best effort into it. I'm not saying be sloppy and lazy and who cares about being excellent. I'm saying get the thing done and do it well, but don't worry about it being perfect, because it's never gonna be perfect. We're never gonna have all of the pieces exactly lined up as we go, and you know, here's the entire puzzle, and here's the picture and what it looks like, and all the pieces, and they're all lined up, and all you need to do is just sort of like gently press all of them into place. That's not how projects work. That's not life. That is not how it works. So that's what you're waiting for. Let me tell you, you will be waiting a very long time. So with that, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. And I will see you next week, Growth and Grace, every Thursday morning, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. Until then, have a phenomenal day. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.